how's it? Aloha, good morning. This is Jinjer, your old composer here at the Decomposer Lounge, dissecting, pulling back the layers of your favorite tracks. I am going back to Jinjer, and this one is called Cloud Factory. This was a Patreon pick, came in through Patreon. Jinjer, without a doubt, has become one of my top 5 metal bands in a way that can only be explained by the intensity of the musicianship and the composition, and for me, thus far, one of the most unmatched capabilities of a vocalist, which would be Tatiana. And I remember my very first video I did with her last year, and I just was so blown away by her voice, and I had said a couple things that because I didn't know, I didn't understand how people did that. And so by being, ignorant to that, I said, I think, well, is there effect on her voice or something? And I got smoked in those comments pretty bad. But a couple of them were a little, heavy, but, the bad comments and stuff. But in general, people were like, oh, dude, no, really? What? And then as I continued on my journey, I became more and more of a fan of the musicianship, the composition, and her incredible abilities. So I look forward to this. Cloud Factory, I don't know which album this is from. But it doesn't matter. It's my first time listening to it, so it might as well just have been released 10 minutes ago. So like usual, I want to thank you guys for the support. You guys know how you can support me. Bing, you want to buy me a cup of coffee, check out my shirts, maybe drift over to my Patreon, see what I'm dropping on over there. You want to check out what headsets I have and everything. All the links are down below. Also, you can also support by sharing the video if you like through your social media. And as well, don't forget to go to the front of, I don't know what I'm looking for here. The front of my YouTube channel, be it on your app or if you're on a desktop or whatever, and hit the search bar there on my front there and look for your favorite band or maybe other songs from Jinjer and stuff. I may have done them, and because I've done over 400 videos, so that's always kind of fun. A little bit of a treasure hunt there. All right, guys, let's do this. This is Jinjer. The song is Cloud Factory. All right. This track is so fire, man. It is just so fucking fire. I don't know where to start. One of the first things that caught me off with the very beginning of the riff, which was just this guitar over here, it started it off with just one super quick, like, dotted eighth note or something, on this side, and then answered here, the riff kicked in, and then, the second, the doubled and then the second arrangement of that riff came in here with the drums, and it all kicked in. The drums, oh shit. Holy smokes, the drums on this are just so smoking. Fire, smoking, get it? See what I did? When he opens up and he starts to kill it, there was that little section you saw me go like this, and the fact that he was just tearing those 16ths on the ride. You know, this is before Tatiana comes in. And so, you know, the riff is powerful. I don't know how to decipher. I don't know how to break down the riff, except for the fact that it's, you know, very indicative of a single what do I want to say? A single tone riff. You know, it's the octave low, dum ba, da 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 da. You know, the notes that are inside that riff. And then there's a small little turnaround that they kind of punch through it. You know, da da da, kind of a thing. But Tatiana has now stretched my appreciation for her into another level, because I'm hearing two different types of performance of growling and screaming, and I don't even know if screaming is the right word for it. I don't know since I'm not a vocal coach and I'm not a proficient about what the vocal genres are of that style of performances, where she has this just fire metal voice, but then she goes into the growling. So there's these two different extreme powerful performances that she's putting on there, and it's just absolutely mind-numbing. The engineering is fantastic, and I'm pumped. I only took a sip of my coffee, and I've got more of a buzz going right now from listening to the music than I have with the coffee kicking in. But this is just mind-numbing. I'm going to go back a little bit, and let's just continue on. I'll break it down more when we're done with the track.
Sky, ground, into your walls, into blood, into war, into exterior.
I am kind of dumbfounded. I am completely lost of words and spun at just her capabilities as a performer, as a vocalist, as a musician. I will say that I personally love her clean style. If I was to say slightly more than the rest, it's only because the expansion of the possibility with a melody with their clean voice. but she has such an incredible tone to her voice, and then on those clean levels and stuff like that, and expression, and how she, you know, remember, I'm not a vocal coach, so I'm not, you know, I'm not going to go and pretend anything of that nature. It's just not going to happen. But it's the same kind of nuances and finesse that all musicians use on their instruments. You know, how they may hold their, you know, they bend their strings or do the certain things that they do that make them. It's like, for instance, you can give the same exact guitar and the same amp to 5 of the best guitar players in the world, and even have them play the same exact notes, like let's just say a basic, you know, pentatonic blues scale, same exact notes, but all 5 will play them slightly different because of their hands. It's their hands. It's their connection to the instrument. Her connection to her voice and her ability to shape the sounds in her mouth are just absolutely flawless. I'm kind of fanboying right now. Is that what it's called? When you kind of goober over that? Because she's just absolutely amazing. The composition too. I mean, the riffiness of it all. This is one of those things where sometimes I hear people talk about, you know, riff salad, too much riff or whatever. I don't subscribe to that thinking. It is so powerful. I think that's also the allure for me when she goes into that screaming or the growling part of her. Those long notes that are being held out and stuff like that are, as an answer, a callback to the intense composition arrangements and musicianship that's going on in the back. You know, with the powerful riff writing, if you would. And the drumming is just absolutely monstrous. And the engineering too. Come on, I mean, how much more can I goober on about this? I mean, this was an absolutely beautiful track, you know. And I want to thank you. You know who you are from Patreon, who suggested this to me. And I was looking for another Jinjer track to do and going through the comments, but when this one came up, I was like, all right, this is the one. I want to thank you guys so much for hanging out as per usual. Thank you so much for your support. Like I said, whether you cup of coffee or share the video or whatever, I'm always grateful to be here and provide some sense of entertainment for you guys in the journey or laughs or whatever it is. That's just what I do when I do what I do here. All right, guys, take care of yourself. Aloha.